What's cracking, everybody? So, once again, no green screen. Sunday evening, a little tired, just relaxing. It's hot as hell. We're still in this heat wave. So, just relaxing, getting ready to get back to the grind. I was about to do a live, and then I saw that Gunner was live right now. So, I don't know if I'm going to be going live tonight. So, I wanted to knock out some content for you guys. So I had been asked a while back, can guys turn Christian in there, or what happens to guys that turn Christian, right? And I forgot about it, and then I saw it again a day. It popped up, and so I said, you know what? Let me tell a story. So I was on a yard, and there was this Armenian dude, right? And he was a knucklehead, and he had that real thick accent, straight Armenian, right? And he confided in me. He was like, "Hey, you know, when I was growing up, I was never from a barrio, you know." And he said, "I caught my case, and I was gonna get a life sentence, you know." And some vatos approached me, and they were like, "Look, Holmes, you know, you're gonna be doing a lot of time, you know, and if you want to do your time right, you know, we'll jump you into our barrio, this and that." Now, when he's telling me this, you know, I've already met the dude, and I know he for one, he's a bigger dude, but he also had a lot of money. So I was looking at it as they were probably like, what juice this dude for his fed, yeah? You know what I mean? Whatever. So he tells me he got jumped into that barrio in the county jail in LA County, right? And on a side note, you know, he's not the first person that I met in the joint that got into a barrio in the county fighting a case. And I always felt like anybody that did that or you know does that, I feel like they're at an extreme disadvantage. You know, if they didn't grow up in that lifestyle, I feel like their mentality isn't up to par with others that did. You know, I think they're not as prone to the violence. They don't, you know, it's just different. I think it's different. They don't know how to maneuver, I feel like. And if they can't learn on the fly, learn fast, it's usually all bad, right? So anyways, this dude liked to drink and liked to get high. You know, he completely got turned out. The whole, you know, unfortunate thing that some authors think that, you know, it's part of the program to slam dope. You know, it's not part of the program. It's part of a lot of people's program, but it's not part of the program. So he's telling me, he goes, "Look, man, I was thinking about turning Christian, man, and I wanted to know, you know, how you feel about that." He goes, "You know, I'd like your advice." Now, I want to say that it was a couple days prior where he had actually got in trouble for coming out of his cell drunk. Because on that yard, if you were under the influence of anything, you weren't supposed to come out of your cell. They did cell feeding there, so you didn't have to walk the chow. But like if you sign up for a phone call at like 7:30 at night, don't drink until that phone call's over. If you come out drunk and people find out, that's gonna be your ass, right? So he had got into something. He had come out of his cell drunk, and he got into some trouble. And then so now this happens, right? He's like, "Well, you know, I want to know your advice, you know, this and that, what's your opinion?" And I told him, I said, "Look, Holmes, no man can tell another man what to do, you know." I told him, "But this thing that you're trying to be a part of, It takes 100% dedication. If you've already had a thought of picking up the Bible, then you are nowhere near 100% dedicated. And so your best bet is to go ahead and pick up that Bible and be real with that, because you cannot half step this other thing at all, ever, right? And he's like, yeah, well, no, I'm serious about it, but I don't know how Vatos are going to react. I said, well, don't worry about that. I said, I'm going to tell you this. There are people that already don't like you because you got fed in, right? And there are going to be people, when you make this decision, there are going to be people that are going to feel offended, that you decided to pick up the Bible rather than do that thing, right? And I told him, so I personally feel, since you've already expressed that, without realizing it, that you weren't 100% into doing this other thing, that you should do that. But know this: everybody around you, the raza around you, all the cells around you are going to be watching your cell. They're going to be paying attention to what slides under your door. They're going to pay attention to how you're talking. Are you slurring? Anything, because you turned your back on them in their eyes, especially the younger ones. And they're going to look for every fucking excuse to go ahead and get you the fuck out of here on a gurney. And he was like, no, I'm not gonna, I really do wanna, be with the Lord, and, I'm serious about this, and, I gave it a lot of thought, and, you don't have to worry about it. I said, no, you're right. I don't have to worry about it. You do, and I'm encouraging you to go ahead, if you're serious, to do that, because obviously you're not serious about the other thing, right? So he was like, oh, thank you, man. If you ever need anything, I'm like, no, I don't need nothing. I'm good, Holmes, but, just good luck, and, be true to what you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Okay, yeah. So he said, I'm going to go Christian, and so, the word was spread, hey, so-and-so, he's with the Lord now. He's going to be hanging out at the Christian tables, just, let him do his thing, right? And sure enough, the Vatos very irritated. More Vatos that were on the tier with him that, used to see him getting high all the time and felt like, hey, he got in some trouble, and, whatever it is, it's his thing, right? But unfortunately for him, his vices, his addiction was stronger than his dedication to the Lord. And so he wound up getting taken off that yard later, though. But that's what happened, and then I remember this one's real quick, because I didn't have an interaction with the dude. But I remember something similar happened in Pelican Bay. And I have never spoken to the dude, but all I know is one day we're on the yard and we're bullshitting, and then next thing you know, the huras are yelling down on the yard. So, you always scan the yard, locate where the incident is and who's involved. When you know everything's cool, you keep facing that direction and you sit down on the yard, right? Well, this one Vato's running. He's got two dudes with knives chasing him, trying to whack him, and he's running through he ran through the cops. That guy was not trying to get killed that day. And what's crazy, like, it's unfortunately, that's how prison is, to where Vatos were laughing. You could hear people all over the yard laughing. This Vato was hurdling. He was like OJ in those old Hertz commercials. He was fucking hurdling people, and he was he happened to be running in a certain area, and there was another Vato there, another Vato from down south, Had nothing to do with it, but he got tired of it, and he just jumped up and tackled the guy, and then it was all bad for him after that. But and I've also seen other vatos where, they were legit with it. They were legit with it, and people respected it because it was legitimate, right? And that's the thing why a lot of people in prison have this whole thing where when someone picks up the Bible, they say they're hiding behind it. But you see who's real, just like on the streets. You see who's real with it and who's not, and whatever they do, you know. And when they're real with it, even if you don't agree with it, you respect it because it takes dedication and hard work, whatever it is, good or bad. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Like I said, we're back on the grind. Let's get this money. Let's make sure that we tell the ones that we love them right. Be safe and be smart. I'm out.